It's been over 20 years since The Notebook premiered, and you'd be hard-pressed to find someone who's never heard of the romantic drama. Though only die-hard fans of author Nicholas Sparks have read the book the film is based on, The Notebook is still largely considered mandatory viewing for anyone looking for a good cry, and I can't say I disagree with that. As the years have progressed, the glaring issues and problematic aspects of the film have been discussed to death, but this has never stopped me from enjoying the movie, and it likely never will. Aesthetically, visually, and sonically, The Notebook immerses you in nostalgia, unabashedly making good use of its gorgeous leading actors and encouraging you to curl up in a version of history that never really existed. However, this is the fun of The Notebook and an important thing to keep in mind when revisiting the film. The Notebook is a complete fantasy, and it never pretends to be anything else. If audiences are looking for a truthful exploration of class, war, race, or love, the romantic drama is not it. With less charismatic leading actors, The Notebook would have failed before it ever began. Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams have the kind of chemistry that dreams are made of. Contemporary romance movies might have The Notebook beat when it comes to depicting healthy relationships, but the kind of explosive chemistry between Rachel McAdams and Ryan Gosling can't be found on the page. The love story of Ali and Noah inherently lends itself to being aspirational and engaging. However, the performances from McAdams and Gosling are what allow The Notebook to be remembered as a classic, not just as a step above a Hallmark movie. Other Sparks novels have been brought to life on screen, but I wouldn't put them on the same level as The Notebook. James Marsden, as Noah's romantic rival Lon, is as fresh-faced and handsome as a Disney prince, lending tension and stakes to Ali's ultimate decision. Though we're never actually convinced that she ends up with anyone but the long-suffering Noah, Marsden's Lon gives us pause and makes a strong case for staying with him instead of running back to Noah's arms. The realism and genuine competition of the love triangle are more gripping than most romance movies can handle. The surprisingly large scale of The Notebook, spanning decades, also furthers the feeling that it isn't as one-dimensional as it seems. Even without the frame narrative of the older versions of Noah and Ali reliving their story, I would be put through the emotional ringer. However, watching these soulmates die in each other's arms year after year puts The Notebook firmly in tearjerker territory. James Garner and Gina Rowlands might not have the electric spark of the young Noah and Ali, but their love is a different kind of moving. The veteran actors lend a little extra credibility and drama to the project, rooting it in reality for a few short moments. It's easy to write off movies like The Notebook, but they're immensely popular for a reason, and rewatching it today makes a good case for taking them a little more seriously. Of course, the intention of a project like this one is to elicit an emotional response and take you away on the wings of a fairy tale, but there are kernels of truth in the sappy story. We all want to believe that love conquers all and that even after decades, amid harsh differences in class and circumstance, those feelings of first romance will always be in bloom. Though I deeply resent the phrase, chick flick, I can't deny that if anything falls into this genre, it's The Notebook. Like every other type of movie, romance isn't for everyone, and if a love story isn't going to connect with you, The Notebook won't change one's mind. However, I think part of the film's enduring appeal is that it has a way of sneaking up on audiences who go into the project with preconceived notions. Though it doesn't lack self-awareness, the movie is evolved enough not to try and cater to anyone but its intended audience. I get frustrated with contemporary romance movies that are working overtime to appeal to viewers who are never going to watch them in the first place. At least The Notebook has the decency to be completely mushy and idealistic without attempting to hide this with one too many winks at the viewer. Recently, the tide has largely turned on the project, and fewer people are criticizing it for no reason. Though The Notebook is far from immune to criticism, when you meet the movie where it's at, you'll be surprised by just how much the story hits home.